Hello, I'm Dr. Sherry Wise, principal of Paoli Junior Senior High School. It is my honor to welcome our students, staff, community members, and veterans to Paoli High School's first ever virtual Veterans Day program. Let me begin with the words of Cynthia Ozick. We often take for granted the very things that most deserve our gratitude. The men and women who served, sacrificed, and protected our freedoms deserves this gratitude today. A special thank you to teachers Chris Lindley and Heather Nichols for making this presentation possible. And thank you for helping us to show our support of our heroes, both past and present.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Warren. Please rise for the presentation of the colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
One. Oh, say, can you see by the mountain high, once a briny air, and the twilight's last gleam, whose aspect and bright star through the
Hello, my name is Amanda Bowles and I will be reading the history of Veterans Day. The First World War ended in 1918, but the horrors of the war and the enormity of the losses remained. In 1921, to help the nation heal, an American soldier, his name known but to God, was buried on a Virginia hillside overlooking the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. in Arlington National Cemetery. This burial site of an unknown World War I soldier became the personification of dignity and reverence for all America's veterans, the tomb of the unknown soldier. Similar ceremonies have already occurred in Britain and France. These memorial gestures all took place on November 11th, giving recognition to the celebrated ending of the World War's hostilities at 11 a.m., November 11th, 1918, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. In 1918, Congress approved an act to make November 11th of each year a legal holiday, a day to be dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be celebrated and known as Armistice Day, and was primarily to be set aside to honor the veterans of World War I. If the idealistic hope that the First World War really had been the war to end all wars, November 11th might still be called Armistice Day. However, in the late 1930s, World War II broke out in Europe and Asia and shattered the dream of peace. 16.5 million Americans took part. Over 400,000 died. The families and friends of these servicemen and women longed for a way to honor them. Congress agreed, and in 1954, Armistice Day was changed to Veterans Day, an occasion to honor all Americans who had served. In signing the bill proclaiming November 11th as Veterans Day, President Eisenhower called for Americans not only honor America's veterans, but to also rededicate themselves to the cause of peace. Each Veterans Day, an official wreath-laying ceremony is held at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery, where parades and other programs are held in cities and schools around the country to honor America's veterans. Paoli High School is one of them, and we proudly continue that tradition today. We ask members of our school and community to share video messages about their veterans and their lives and they would like to honor. Thank you to everyone who shared their videos.
Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Laurie, Andry, and we are recognizing our son's service today to our country. Carlisle Joseph Andry served 4 years in the Army. He was a infantry specialist and acted as a team leader during that time. He is currently active with the Indiana National Guard.
Thank you, CJ. We love you.
Hey guys, this is my papa, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his adventures. So who are you?
My name's Jim Pittman. I was in the United States Navy.
How many years did you serve for?
I was in the Navy for 6 years and then joined the National Guard for 3.
What rank were you when you were discharged?
E5, which is a sergeant in the National Guard and a second-class petty officer in the Navy.
What did you serve during, a war or like a special?
In the Vietnam War.
Oh. Well, thanks for your service, and yeah, just thanks for your service.
Hello, I'm River Hammond. I'm recognizing Gary Hammond, who is my grandpa, and I'd like to thank him for his service.
Hi, I'm Michelle Lynn. I'm the food service manager at Troop Elementary, and my veteran is my son, Cole Henderson. He served 8 years in the United States Army with tours in Afghanistan, Africa, and Korea. I want to thank you, Cole, for your time and your service. You are always my hero.
Hello, I am Maya Scott. I am recognizing Samantha Carmichael, who is a dear friend of mine. Samantha served in the Army for 8 years and was a Sergeant E5. Her job in the Army was in the petroleum supply for the Alpha Delta Company 113th from 2002 to 2009. She served during Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. I would like to take this time to thank Samantha for her time, dedication, and sacrifices in order to help continue to keep America great. Thanks, Samantha. We love you.
Hello, I'm Corey Scott, and I am recognizing my friend J.R. Carmichael. J.R. served in the Army and the Marines for 26 years combined and was a Sergeant First Class E7 when he retired in 2017. He served with deployments to Bosnia, Afghanistan, and Iraq in his 26 years. J.R. earned over 50 awards and decorations. And I would like to take this time to personally thank my friend J.R. for his service to our country.
My name is Jet Smith. This is Dash Smith. This is Leighton Smith. And we'll recognize my papa, Ron Smith, and so did the Vietnam War. Thank you, Papa.
Lenny, say thank you, Papa.
Hello, I'm Vivian Block, and I'm recognizing Alan Block, who is my father-in-law. He has served 23 and a half years. He spent 4 years in the Marines as a metalsmith. He was just discharged as a corporal. Alan also spent 4 years as a tank driver and gunner in the Army, where he ended with a specialist E4. He spent 11 years in the National Guard as S2 security and a truck driver. He ended there as an E5 sergeant. He spent 4.5 years as an observer controller and ended there as Staff Sergeant E6. We just want to say thank you very much for your service.
Hello, I am Vivian Block, and I'm recognizing my dad, Ronnie Flannery. He served in the Army for almost 8 years. At the end of his time of service, he was a Specialist E5. Specialist E5. He was a radio repair and a mechanic while he served in the Vietnam War. So today I just say thank you, Dad, for your service. Thank you for showing us what sacrifice is. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Angie Stahal. Each year, our band students honor veterans by performing the Salute to America, which includes each military branch's song. Our musicians have continued the tradition with this recording. I will now be doing a reading today entitled Facing It by Yusuf Kumunyaka, who served in the Vietnam War. In this poem, his speaker is visiting the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. It was published in 1988. My black face fades, hiding inside the black granite. I said I wouldn't. Damn it, no tears. I'm stone. I'm flesh. My clouded reflection eyes me, like a bird of prey. The profile of night slanted against morning. I turn this way. The stone lets me go. I turn that way. I'm inside the Vietnam Veterans Memorial again, depending on the light to make a difference. I go down to 58,022 names, half expecting to find my own in letters like smoke. I touch the name Andrew Jackson. I see the booby-trapped white flash. Names shimmer on a woman's blouse, but when she walks away, the names stay on the wall. Brush strokes flash, a red bird's wings cutting across my stare. The sky, a plane in the sky. A white bed's image floats closer to me. Then his pale eyes look through mine. I'm a widow. He's lost his right arm inside the stone. In the black mirror, a woman's trying to erase names. No, she's brushing a boy's hair.
Today, we would have traditionally honored our local veterans at our on-site program in the gym. We would ask them to stand, we would share their service record, and then my students would go over and they would thank them by shaking their hands and saying, "We thank you for your service to our nation." That, as you know, is not possible this year, but we did not want to fail to show our appreciation to these men and women who have sacrificed for the defense of our nation. I've kept the registration cards for several years that they completed for us, and now I would like to read these as a small gesture of gratitude from our community, an honor call to our veterans. From the Army, Philip Stroud, Donald Rutherford, Edward Nikila, Joel Newland, Michael Guthrie, Jerry Eastridge, James Dunn, James Glenn Cook, Keith Congra, Elmer Bush, Alan Block, Jerry Bird, Gerald Knoll, Chester Parks, Frank Sipes, Terry Tussey, Benjamin Walls, Charles Fugate, Billy Wells, Matt Anderson, Novi Andry, Philip Andry, Glenn Coe, David Benalis, Denny Lockhart, Robert Moffett II, Brandon Messerosh, Samantha Carmichael, Thomas Nally, Marty Hill, Ken Anderson, Todd Copeland. From the Marines, Josiah McSpadden, Richard Holliday, Rebecca Haley, Bob Peterson, Larry Shirley, Joe Tapp. A special shout out to my own son, Patrick Lindley, J.R. Carmichael, who also had been in the Army. From the Air Force, Bill Kirby, Stephen Jones, Roger Castle, Rex Babcock, Jim Faulkner, George Busick, Gerald Brewer, Doug Saltwaddell, Terry Nicholson, John Pernier, Lex Stout, William Chico Goodpaster, and another special shout out from my family to Jamie Berry, who was wounded. Navy, Tom Dupuy and Wanda Dupuy, Bob Griefey, Willard Andry, Dwayne Radcliffe, Kenneth Anderson, Leroy Boyer, Alan Fody Killian, Gunnar Kessler, Jason Poe, Clyde Smith, Don Stans, Roger Strange. And if I have missed any names, I'm sorry for that, but I want to send a shout out to you anyway. To all of our veterans who are watching or will watch this, we want to say thank you. You have enriched our community with your service, your generosity, and your patriotism.
Hello, my name is Haley Cox. I will be doing a reading today entitled Freedom Isn't Free. The poem, Freedom Isn't Free, penned by Kelly Strong, is a powerful reminder of the countless sacrifices of our men and women who have and currently are serving our country, and their families who have often anxiously waited for their return home. May we all be reminded of these sacrifices, remembering those who defended our freedom, and may we never forget that freedom isn't free. I watched the flag pass by one day. It fluttered in the breeze. A young Marine saluted it, and then he stood at ease. I looked at him in uniform, so young, so tall, so proud, with hair cut square and eyes alert. He'd stand out in any crowd. I thought how many men like him had fallen through the years, how many died on foreign soil, how many mothers' tears, how many pilots' planes shot down, how many died at sea, how many foxholes were soldiers' graves. No, freedom isn't free. I heard the sound of taps one night when everything was still. I listened to the bugler play and felt a sudden chill. I wondered just how many times the taps had meant amen when a flag had draped a coffin of a brother or a friend. I thought of all the children, of the mothers and the wives, the fathers, sons, and husbands with interrupted lives. I thought about a graveyard at the bottom of the sea, of unmarked graves in Arlington. No, freedom isn't free.
TAPS originated in the Civil War as a call for lights out. Later, the military approved its use for funerals and memorials, probably where most of us have heard these sounds. The final bugle call is a sign of respect and a tribute to those known as well as unknown. As we close our program today, listening to the haunting, melancholy sound of taps being played reminds us to pause, to reflect on our blessings and the benefits of our freedom, and to remember those who have given their lives in service to our nation. After taps is concluded, our program is complete. We thank you for joining us today and showing your appreciation and gratitude for our veterans. Please rise and show a final respect with taps.